Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're playing a little bit of Ironsight, but shock horror, as you can go and see, we are not using a P90 or an AR-57, we're using the M4 ACC-M, and as you can see, we've got the American flag skin right here, and boys, this is an absolutely bowler skin, and a really nice gun. Like, I am very impressed. Let me go and show it off. You press B, by the way, if you want to go and inspect your weapons. Like, ooh! God, boys, this gun looks sick. And by the way, I'm running the digital clear sight. I've also got the desert laser sight as well. You can just see it now. Like, you can really go and customize your weapons in this game skin-wise. You can have all different kind of colored attachments and all that type of stuff. And overall, I think this gun is looking pretty bowler. So today we're only going to be using assault rifles. We're going to be using none of those, you know, submachine guns, this overpowered weaponry. We're not going to use any of those. I think I'll get both of them there. There we go. I love in this game that you can do that last little like twitch at the end. You can angle it inside buildings. It is so good. So even though people inside buildings, you can go and take them out really easily. There's kind of a reason why I'm not using the P90 or the AR-57 because I use those weaponry every single day. Every single day I'm using the P90, the AR-57, and the reason is very simple. Those guns are fucking overpowered, alright? They're broken pieces of shit. They need to get nerfed, and in the end of it, I'm for the nerf, but until the nerf comes through, I'm going to be using the best guns possible because I want to go and get the most kills possible and win games. So, in the end of it, you know, those are the guns I'm using. But I've been mucking around with the assault rifle category a little bit more, and a weapon like this, the M4, is actually not too bad. It feels kind of like a submachine gun with a bit more range, a little bit more oomph behind the bullets, and sometimes you need that. There's a lot of times where I've gone and tried to go and kill people, but the problem is I'm missing my shots, and people's sniper rifles, okay, he just missed all his shots. What was I going to go and say? That the range wasn't good enough. That's what I'm trying to go and say. The range wasn't good enough, and the damage, and they're left with like 1 or 2 HP, and when using SMGs in medium range, that's, you know, bound to go and happen. So, picking up an assault rifle like this one, it's actually not too bad. Here, I'm missing every one of my shots as normal. And I think there's another person up here as well. We're going to do a little hoppity-hop. There we go. He's got the sniper rifle. People trying to go and quickscope in this game. It is very viable, but it's... If you're consistently good, you consistently can go and get kills. But if you just miss by a little bit, anybody with an assault rifle, submachine gun, whatever, can absolutely go and dominate you. They need absolutely no skill, really, to go and outgun. And that's, you know, honestly, that's kind of good. If you're taking the risk of going and using something like this, then in the end of it, you got to go and pay the price if you go and miss your shots. So, let me try to go and kill the guy in here. There we go. There's a few people in here as well. Just keep spraying. Oh, I'll get another one. It's actually a pretty good Hellbird. I don't usually get this many kills. Alright, a few people outside. I've got 4 seconds left. Just spray inside the building. They're all camping. Hit markers on! I get one more. The Hellbird is one of those things where if you have the necessary, like, countering, like, be it the rocket launcher or be it the score streak that goes and knocks it down, you're going to be absolutely fine. But, can I get up here? Hello. But if you just run around like headless chickens like they were, you can get just sprayed up by it, which is really good. The Hellbird isn't overpowered in this game. There is no way that Hellbird's overpowered. You actually got to get quite a few shots on target, and if you miss quite a few shots, then, well, you're just not going to go and get the kill, as you guys probably saw once or twice of just then. But the thing is, if you let it get the best of you, then that's when it's going to go and get a really good streak. But with said, this M4 right here, I'm on 31 kills, 32 kills right now. And I've just been playing quite casually, just talking to you guys, and it's actually working out really well. And there's a Metal Reaper. Please don't turn around. No, please don't turn around. The Metal Reaper, boys, is just so lethal. I love using it, but, like, it is so terrifying if you're playing up against it. And this little turret right here, let's just go and get around it. You get so many points, by the way, if you go and kill, like, objectives. Like, shoot down the Hellbirds, you go and knife the turrets, you get so many points, so why don't go and do it? And also, I think the new meta in Ironsight is to go and use the light machine guns, because have a look right here. The fire rate and the damage is insane. The portability maybe not the best, but Like, that's a double kill for the final ending. How pathetic. But in the end of it, these light machine guns are really, really good. So I might go and use them in another video. Alright boys, we hopped into another match, and as you can see, we're using the M4 again, but with the Tiger skin instead of the American skin. I'm also rocking the ACOG sight, and boys, do not underestimate the ACOG. But before we go and talk a little bit more about that, have a look at that skin, boys. Oh, it is so sick. I love the inspect feature in this game. Like, Ironsight, it feels like the game, it's not doing anything too original, right? It's not going and reinventing the wheel, but it's doing what everybody wants a first-person shooter to go and do, which is just have great gameplay, a really fair monetization model. Like, I would feel dropping 10 or whatever dollars on this game would be fair just to go and get skins, because in the end of it, you're supporting developers, etc. But there's no incentive to go and spend money on this game. If you want to stay a free user, you can stay a free-to-play user, and you'll go and get a lot of weapons relatively quickly. It's just if you want to go and help out the devs a little bit, if you want to go and spend that money. Alright, let's sneak up behind. I think there's one guy here. Hit him once. Knife him right in the back. I got no idea what you're doing, mate. Let's hit another guy with a double. Let's go to double knife. I love it. Where's the triple? Oh, he's around here. Oh, I can hit another one. There we go, to triple knife. I really wish there's if there would be an option in this game, if you could go just full knife only, like full movement speed, don't have a primary weapon, just run around with like commando knife or something like that, or whatever, and just keep knifing people. Like, of course you can go like this, and you can just knife people, but I don't even want the option for primary weapons. I'd rather have more grenades and stuff like that. That's where stuff like the Pick 10 system with Black Ops 2, that's where it's really cool. You could really customize your character. But here you have to choose a primary, secondary, etc. But I wish there would be more options in terms of perks where I could go and ditch, let's say, a secondary and get another primary. Or I could go and ditch the primary and go and get more explosives and stuff like that. I think that type of option would be cool. I know there's the option where you can get more explosives just for another perk, but I think more and more options to really go and change up your character would be a good idea, because in the end of it, there's only so many ways to go and play this game with so many classes, because there's, you know, some perks are better than the other perks. That's just how this game goes. And in the end of it, I'm running, you know, the same 2-3 perks on most of my classes, because that's my playstyle, really. Generally, it's me just running around like an idiot, just spraying my weapons, getting right in their face with marathon, with quick reload, etc, etc. But in the end of it, a game like this, it's not set in its ways like, let's say, Modern Warfare 2 was, because in the end of it, if they're... Oh, can I angle this properly? Oh, and I go and get the double, yes. Because unlike Modern Warfare 2, where they just had the set guns and all and that type of stuff, here they just keep adding and adding and adding and adding more guns, more weapons, more skins, etc, etc, more maps, more modes. Like, there is a very big iteration process where they can just keep adding and adding stuff, and that's why I'm really excited, because I don't feel like this game is going to get stale anytime soon. Now, with that said, the core fundamentals are in place except for the netcode. That's probably the biggest thing that is holding the game back right now, the netcode and the Steam release. But I don't really think they need a Steam release. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this game needs a Steam release? I honestly don't think they do. They have so much support for the game already. They're doing sponsored videos with YouTube and stuff like that. And overall, it's working out A-okay. Can I get this kill, please? Oh no, I got the angle completely wrong. My Hellbird last game was good. My Hellbird this game, not as good. And just as I said last game I had a bowler Hellbird. I destroyed everything. And this one, I just did absolutely nothing. I only killed like 1 or 2 people. So in the end of it, that's how this game goes when it comes to the kill streaks. They're not too overpowered, they're quite balanced. But yeah, I really don't think this game needs a Steam release. It is in a super, super good spot right now. A really, really good spot, and lots of people playing, lots of support. And the reason why I say I don't think they need a Steam release is because when you release something on Steam, and somebody goes and buys, let's say, a microtransaction item through, you know, this Steam game instead of like a normal application where it's just standalone, Steam goes and gets 30%, a 30% cut. So in the end of it, there's an incentive to keep it in your own standalone application, because that means you're going to go and get more money. But then Steam gives you more advertisements, so it's like you have to go and weigh it up. And again, this guy Creaking goes and gets a nice highlight play with the light machine gun. And look, it feels like there's no recoil. Good fire rate. I might want to go and use it. Probably, I have to go and use it in another video. Boys, look at my character right here. He's got the tats, he's got the shirt, he's got the head, he's got the gun, he's got everything. To be fair, there is a lot more I want to go and put on this character, but you're going to pay real life money or a lot of gold, and I don't have those funds at the moment. So with that said, let's go and play another game, and I want to quickly go and talk about the assault rifle, like, diversification, because you got the M4, the AK, the G30, so on and so on. And I see a lot of these guns actually have a lot of play. Like, I see this being used, so on, so on. I don't see the SA-58 being used, but it's actually a decent gun. M39 a little bit less because it's tap fire. ARX actually getting a lot of action. But in general, a lot of these assault rifles are getting a lot of use. You go to the submachine guns, however. Look at, you can see it by the ranks. You've got the AR-57 level 24 at the moment. P90TR level 21, and then I've got the UMP-45 at level 17. And I barely go and use the other weapons, because in the end of it, SMG category is dominated by 2 weapons. The assault rifles, I wouldn't say they're dominated, but the M4's up there, the AK's up there, the FAMAS G2's up there, the ARX is up there, the K2 is up there, the Scar H is pretty good as well, the MSBS is actually up there as well. A lot of good guns, so overall, it's quite balanced. So I'm overall quite happy in the assault rifle category. The SMGs, however, they do need a nerf. Alright boys, we hopped into another game, and as you can see, we're using the G36C. Sadly, I don't have a skin, but I am rocking that desert laser sight and the digital to clear sight. And I really do like in this game. I thought it was going to be not this when I first started playing it. Where if you went and unlocked, for example, with this digital sight or this desert laser sight, it would only be for that weapon, but it's actually for every weapon that is applicable for using it. So in the end of it, I can use this digital clear sight not only on my assault rifles, because I originally bought it for an AK-47, I can also go and use it on my UMP, I can also go and use it on a ton of different weapons. And I really do like that, you know. I think in the end of it, if you had to go and buy attachments for every single weapon, it would be a little bit painful. So Ironsight to make it a little bit easy for us to go and save our money. Now going using this G36C for a bit, like, I'm liking this gun as well. It doesn't have as high of a fire rate. It has, I feel, maybe the same damage or maybe a little bit higher. But in the end of it, you know what? Like, I feel this game has a lot of similarities to Call of Duty, as we all know. But not only in terms of the movement and stuff like that, not in terms of the gameplay, but also in terms of the balancing. Because if you guys remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, that game, especially with the assault rifles, everything was viable. And as I said in the previous game, where we're just going through all the weapons, everything in Ironsight is very viable. Everything in Modern Warfare 2 was viable. So in the end of it, it doesn't really matter what gun you're going and running. In the end of it, you can go and get kills with whatever you're going and using. And that's fantastic, because in the end of it, you're not going to be blaming the gun. You're going to be mostly blaming yourself and say, how could I have gone and played that situation better? How could I have gone and played this better? And stuff like that is super good, because it keeps stuff fresh. If I don't want to go and use this gun, I can just go and slap on another gun. I can just slap on another gun, and I can just go and try stuff out. And you know, trying out weapons in this game, it's actually pretty easy. You don't have to go and spend too much money. It's like 20,000 gold, which is relatively low. I was sitting in my loadout and I was just checking out the skins, and I just wanted to go and comment about the level of progression in this game, because I feel like it's relatively underestimated. Now, as you can go and see, I'm currently level 28, and that's a relatively low level. I try to play this game once every day or whatever. But if you have a look at my primary weapons, look at how many of them I've gone and unlocked. And I've actually spent a decent amount of money on skinned weapons as well, with the gold and all that. So in the end of it, I've got quite a few weapons, and the only weapons I haven't gone unlocked is weapons I don't really care about, like the majority of the machine guns. I'll probably try them later, showing how good that guy was in game. But the other sniper rifles, I don't really care about. The other SMGs, I don't really care about. So in the end of it, I have a lot of weapons available to me, and I'm just playing basically as a free-to-play user. So with that said, where else could you go when you have all the weapons unlocked? Because with a lot of games, especially combat arms, when you have the guns, that's really it, right? Where else do you go? You just keep playing with them. But I like the system in Ironsight that, let's say, if we go and take this M4 ACC-M, and if I go and put on this skinned weapon, whatever, I have to keep using it and using it and using it in order to go and get these attachments. But let's say for this quick shot sight, if I didn't want to go and get to level 13, I could just go and buy a digital quick shot sight and just kind of skip the queue in a way. And in the end of it, that gives me another skinned weapon, and I can just keep mucking around with that. And in the end of it, for example, the silencer, if I want to go and use that, I've got to grind my weapon all the way to level 23. I don't even know how you can go and get this one. I can't even click it. So in the end of it, you've got to grind your weapons to get silencers. You've got to grind your weapons to go and get compensators, etc., etc. And I absolutely love that because there's something to go and work towards. And with so many weapons in this game, there's always something you can keep going and getting. Be it if there's a weapon that you really, really like and you want to go and get a skin for it. Like, if we go to sniper rifle, for example, I'm level 21 on the Blazer, and I have 0 skins for it. I'm level 6 on the DSR, yet I have 2 skins for it because I unboxed both of these, I believe. So, with the Blazer, I'd be definitely working towards, like, one of these skins right here, 40,000 gold, whatever. And even though it's just a cosmetic difference, that's exactly the same model in Counter-Strike. It just looks really, really cool. Now, of course, it's real money versus, you know, in-game money for the majority of these, but it means it's accessible to people. You just have to go and play the game. It's an incentive to go and play the game, besides the game being fun. So with that said, that's all I really wanted to go and talk about today. We've got some gameplay with the M4, we've got some gameplay with the G36C. If there's any other weapons you guys want me to go and do a gameplay with, because, boys, I'm dropping bombs, alright? There's finally a game that I'm actually decent at. I know. The meme, undercover dude, you're so bad at games. No, I'm good at Ironsight now. We haven't played Search and Destroy in a very long time, so let's not go and talk about that. But when it comes to pub stomping, I can go and pub stomp. I can go and get some gameplays down. Boys, we're back. It honestly feels with this game, it's like back to the combat arms days. It really is, at the very start at least. And so I'm keen to go and do some more videos. So tell me in the comments section below what you guys want. Make sure to go and give a like already. Make sure to go and subscribe if you haven't. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from down under.